Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be putting together the fuselage. They're these pieces, these are the main spars, or they're called the keel parts. There are three parts, one that goes at the bottom and two that go at the top. This one has, for example, as you can see here, also the split them for the stabilizer. And then I'm going to have to put in each of the, I think it has 8 frames and it's half frame, so this is B1. So this one will go in the first position, and then the second will go in the second one. To make sure that it's really upright and straight up, then I'm going to be using a square or a bevel or something like that to make sure that they're really upright. I'll be fixing it, of course, all down with pins and gluing it as I go. And then once that is done, the next steps are going to be to take it off the plan, unstick it or unpin it, and build the other side with the equivalent frames on the other side. Then the other pieces also to be added in there, but I'll get to them gradually. So let's get into it. It's going to be a very productive one, because then you see actually the shape of the airplane coming together with the wing and the fuselage, and we have the tail and the stabilizer, so it already starts to look like an airplane in pieces, something that we can put together gradually. So come along and watch me how I build this. So now the left side fuselage formers are all in, and I've pinned them down and made sure that they're as vertical as I can. They're all based, of course, on the keel, so there's the bottom keel and the two upper keel sides. What I will still be doing, I will be putting in the main, I don't know what this is called actually, the side spar that should keep it all in shape. And then afterwards I would in theory putting already the stringers. I might do that on one side, but on the other side I'm already giving it considerations to, I need to leave some space to be able to put in the electronics. So I might complete this left side completely, but then on the left side, on the right side, I might just put in some of the formers just to give it some shape, but I won't put in the stringers, because I need to somehow squeeze in here the battery, the ESC with the servos, and also a servo for the ailerons, and I still have to figure out how I'm going to do that. So that's going to be an interesting part to squeeze all in. Another thing I'm going to have to do is to prepare some kind of a hatch that I can take out and put back in, maybe attaching it with some magnets so that I can actually pick up the hood of the engine, let's say, and be able to access then the ESCs, or more importantly a place to store the battery in flight. So let's see how that goes. For the moment this has to stay here and dry, and then we'll continue in the next part. So here's half the fuselage done already. You see like the keel parts, the different formers, and then the big side keel. What I'm doing with this one now, I'm sanding off the black part from the burning of the laser cutting, because this would actually be visible. If I wrap it then, or if I cover it then in white tissue, this would be visible. So I'm going to try to clean it off as much as I can. Here, for example, I've done it, but here not yet, so you can see there is a difference, and with the white paper it would be visible. So I want to try to clean that up as much as possible. I would say that the fitting of these pieces was not as good as with the wing ribs. The side former is actually significantly thicker than the gaps, so I had to do quite a lot of sanding. Lessons learned then for the other side is going to be to make sure that it fits before I put it in, because I was actually battling for quite a long time to sand down each piece individually. I don't know if it's a mistake in the stock wood that they have, or it's by design. It's good it's snug, for sure, that, but I think at this point it was too much. I don't know if it can be appreciated. Actually, this is actually significantly thicker than I thought it would be. So for the other side, I'll be cleaning the pieces off first and actually making sure that it fits into the side stringer. I won't be putting in all the fuselage formers in. I'll only be putting up to the let's say the back of the cockpit, because the front I want to leave it open because I need to install there also the electronics. So that's going to be also another thing that I need to look out for, and I have to see how I'm going to figure out a gap or some kind of a cover to put in the battery. And I want to keep it somehow open from the perspective that I'll be using the battery to make sure I have this center of gravity in the right place. I've also got the wing here, so I'm already toying about somehow to make it look like the real thing. I'm missing maybe 1 millimeter, maybe something like 1 millimeter. Probably a mistake on my side, maybe on attaching the wing, something like that. So I have to fix it. No big deal. But this is basically what it's going to be looking like, and I'll sand it down and make sure it fits. Then next steps would be also fitting the servos in, and as I say, the electronics is going to be part of it. I also have to see how I'm going to fix the engine at the front. This would be the firewall, right? Or maybe the firewall would be there actually, but this would be the equivalent of a firewall. There is the plastic cowling that I have in the box, and to see how I'm going to fix the engine into it. But that's going to take some time also to figure out exactly. That's one of the great things of these things, as it's not in the plans. I have to figure it out as it goes, but it also makes it much more interesting. So I'll be doing the other half, and then that's almost going to be it for the fuselage part. So I'll talk to you when I have that ready. So with that, I've done enough of the fuselage as far as I want to go for the moment. I'm still leaving these formers out so that I can put in the electronics. I have put in the first one because I'm planning, I'm not sure I'll do it yet. I might put here another piece of wood, maybe balsa, maybe some plywood to strengthen this kind of firewall. I still have to build in the engine, and I have to make space to see how I'm going to fit in here the ESCs and the servos. I've also managed to snugly fit it in. Maybe some small adjustments might still be needed, and I'll need to adjust once I put in the remaining formers. I have to see how that goes. But so far that's it for the fuselage part. Next part will probably be electronics. Let's see how I get around that. I have to do some thinking there, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and click the notification button or the bell so that you get a notification once I upload in the next episode. Thank you, take care.